once again, we are back for Saturday night, getting everything all set up so you guys can join us. Remember, we are on Discord all the time to get on here. So if you are part of Discord, just go to our link right here, discord.gg/73x number 2 FX, and get access to the code that allows you to come in here and join us in this chat room. So once again, we are live and we are happy to have you all here today. Just give me a moment while we get the rest of the Discord announcements out so that we can get as many people as we can in here and we can all have some fun and chat and, get it all said and done. There we go. Hey, Joe Paddock, thanks for coming in. How you doing this fine day? Joe, if you want in, just go to the Discord. The link is there, so that will allow you to get in right away. So I know you're part of I think you're part of our Discord, aren't you? So yeah, link is right there if you want to join up. Hey, Minnesota Maker, same with you. You got the link. You can come in and join us if you wish. It's open to everybody today, so don't be afraid just to jump in and say hi and hang out and join us. I meant to start this at 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, I got pulled away and I wasn't able to get on like I wanted to. Hey, Matt Johnson, thanks for coming on in. But yeah, so I'm opening this up to everybody. If they want to come in, they can. If they can't, I understand. But everybody is welcome. Why? Because I enjoy you all. And yeah, not to get things mixed up, but yeah, I enjoy all you guys' company. I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm right now sending out a message on Facebook if we can. Let's see here. Yeah, looks like everybody's off Facebook right now. Just got some stuff. So I had to take care of that. But yeah, I'm just getting everything set up here so we can talk and get everything going. So it's one of the things where it's like I was on earlier this afternoon with we also had Heathcliff in here, aka Colin. We also had Derek or Dislodge 3D Prints. If you're not following those guys, you should be following them. Lots of good stuff on their channels. So he already took the Ender to the next level, but he was inspired by a good friend, Wiley 3D, or Mike Wiley, as we all know him as, or Wiley 3D. he got inspired by something he built, and he put a direct drive on his 3D printer. Now, I've been looking at the idea of putting a direct drive on mine, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet because I can't find one I like. Well, he pointed me to this little piece right here. This is a direct drive that will fit on the Ender 3. I'm looking at it right now, and I believe that these two parts right here tie into where the wheel well is. So it sits just above it. So the bolts are going to come in like this to the part. Then the drive will sit on here with the shaft facing this, with the motor facing through here, with the bracket. So the extruder goes down and goes directly into the hole where you're going to have to play around with some PDF tube, but you can get in there and filament will go right through, and voila, you got yourself your own direct drive for your Ender 3. There are some things with the direct drive on the Ender 3 you have to keep in mind. Number one, you're going to have to always cut those wires and solder on new ones. Now, if anybody knows me, they know I suck at soldering, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what I can do. I was also thinking, I got to look at the connectors a little bit more. And if I can, I might just harness. I got another printer over in the back here. You've seen me pull it out 1,000 times. Actually, I'm going to grab it right now for the people that haven't. Hey, Edutech, thanks for coming in. You're at a concert? Okay, understandable. That was my old printer. That is the X1. Roughly $150 printer. But what I'm hoping is that this extruder cable is longer, and it should be long enough for me to use this on my Ender 3. So, spare part machine is what this is now. I'm going to probably spend some time, maybe in the near future. I might rebuild it. I haven't decided yet. The problem with this is it's $150. And honestly, it was a terrible printer to begin with. Now, I could make this better. That might be a project I might be interested in getting involved in. But right now, no. This printer served its purpose. I ran it for about 6 months until I got the CR10. And all honest truth, I never went back to this machine. So, yeah. And from what I know, Mr. Butram said he wasn't going to stream tonight because he streams every other night. So, and I was having fun streaming earlier today. So, yeah, I said I would probably stream later tonight then. So that's why. Yeah, so that's the $150 printer. I'm probably going to rebuild this and make it better. I've lost my love for this machine. Don't get me wrong, this thing did a lot of great things for me when it worked, and then did everything bad when it didn't want to work. Everything from failed prints to prints looking like caca poo poo. I even tried to print caca poo poo on this printer, and it turned out not looking like caca poo poo. So yeah, that's my $150 printer. Now, give you some information. You know who else owns this printer? That is right. Mr. Cunningham himself. Luke Cunningham owns this printer. He's done some modification on his made the x-axis a lot longer so I could do long prints. Also made his y longer. But in this case, this thing has become like a spare parts machine. When I need a part, I go to this machine and go, what can I scavenge off of here? What good finds can I find? What loose parts do I need? And every so often I come back to this printer and it just becomes like a spare parts bin. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. I'm probably going to use it more spare part bin, because honestly, I have all the cabling I can need. And if I need a long wire, it's on here. So this has become my spare parts bin. So if you got an old printer that's kicking around that you need parts for another printer, that's what they're good for. I gotta put this back on the shelf because it's heavy and so I have nowhere to place it right now. It does, doesn't it? It's not. It's actually that motherboard is the Troxy Melzi board running Repetier host. That's another reason why I'm probably going to get rid of it. Well, if anybody wants it, maybe we can work out a deal. It's worth getting it working. I mean, if you want a small form factor printer that's basically silent. Because I turn that thing on, makes no noise. It's whisper quiet. But out of my time using it, it's just run its course and it's time to go whoosh over the edge. And I just saw a drop in people. Sad. Mountain Price Maker Select used the Melzi board from Troxy. Because that's Troxy's own made Melzi board. But those steppers in there are so quiet. It is amazing how quiet that printer is. When I had it, all you would hear is the van go. Just a light whistle. And then once it was going, it was like, it was like whisper quiet. It was like, and it was like X and Y moving like this, and it was just so quiet. And what I loved about it is that you could just pick up the board because it's made out of the same board like the Ender 3. This is the Ender 3 pad. So almost, I want to say a plastic or galvan or whatever it is. And you could literally just pick it up off the bed and go. You hear that popping sound. Enough. That's it. And that was just fresh off the bed. Now, the X1 is not a heated bed frame. It's not a heated bed. It's acrylic. It's all acrylic. It's very cheap parts, but it prints quiet. It's a good printer for someone that's starting off, but I really changed my mind. I really do think the Ender 3. Now, I don't have an Ender 5. Someone wants to buy me an Ender 5. I'm willing to take it. So, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm just kidding with you guys. You're not required to pay me. But if you guys want to help out the channel, you always can. I would appreciate it. I still got to get the interview show going. It's just been a fun week for me. 23 job openings, 0 interviews. So basically this week was mostly handing out resumes to everybody. I digress. So yeah. So one of these is what did the trick, and it's just like pop, pop. Even on the ender, you just pull this off right after you're done print. Go flex it. It would pop off. Then like print like this would just go, and then put it back on the bed and start another print. No time flat, and that's what I love about this type of plate. Now I don't know how hot the flex plate gets. Like if you pick up the flex plate, is the spring steel going to be hot? I don't know. You guys spend time with your wife? I'm just kidding with you, Michael. I understand. But yeah, it's just these precursor to the spring steel bed. But yeah, so I'm gonna try it, see if it works. But yeah, anybody else got any plans for their builds on their printers and what they're planning on doing? Any upgrades or anything like that? I'll give you a little bit more information what's happening with the CR10. I'm going to see if my co-host is still around. I saw him on today. So I just sent that off to our friend Daniel, and if he comes on, great. If not, but yeah, if Daniel's around, we'll do a little bit more talk about the ultimate change to the CR10. Now that it prints beautifully, time to go play with it some more. I know you're thinking, you just got the CR10 working. Why would you want to mess with it some more? Isn't that what we do? No, I plan on doing some changes to the CR10 completely, rehauling the whole thing from scratch. But build another CR10, kinda. See, Creality printers are all moving Y axis, which I don't want the Y to move. So maybe turn it to a D-bot and change it to a Core X Y type format might be the best thing for the CR10. And why do I say that? Because there's a lot of parts on the CR10 that can be harvested and reused for this build. Already, we have the power supply. Yeah, sure, the board's going to go. It's going to go change to an SKR board probably. I'm looking at changing out the brain to something else. May even... Oh, there's Edutech.
What up, guys? Oh, crap. Hang on.
Yeah, concert.
I had to jump in for a minute. let me just show you something. What's up, guys? I just wanted to say hi. We're rocking Milwaukee Irish Fest.
Nice.
And here's what we're watching. I think they're going to play something, but I don't know. I won't bomb your stream too much. Just want to say hi, Ron, and I hope you guys are doing good.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Enjoy your concert, man.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later. Well, that was kind of fun. I was not expecting that at all. So Edutech, thank you so much. Everybody say thanks to Edutech for jumping in there. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of changes going on with the CR10. The idea of turning it to a Core XY was a idea I ran across. Good old. I was talking with. Yeah, and I can't remember his name. Blah. Daniel, and he's like, "Well, why not?" Because I was saying, like, is it worth doing a hypercube? He's like, I like the hypercube. I'm like, okay. But then he was like, have you ever thought of a CR, turn the CR10 into a D-bot? I was like, what's a D-bot? So he showed me some pictures of some D-bots, and he's like, it's fairly simple, and the CR10 body could support it because you have all the wheels and everything else. I'm like, so yeah, it would be interesting to get it done and get it all set up and, have some fun with it. Let's just see if he wants to. Sorry, guys, I just saw someone pop up and just had to let him know and see if he'll jump in. He might jump in for us. Rover just gives you a happy face. Speaking of happy people, how's everyone? Like, what's everybody been up to? Like, I mean, you guys haven't really said much. I just see someone's home. Someone just arrived. I see one Raz in here. Rover, as always, Edge Tech. Mr. Buttrum's in here. And I know Joe Paddock's going to be back in a few seconds. He said he was going to come in a little bit later. Matt Johnson's in the house too, so Matt can always jump in. Everyone's always welcome to jump in at any time whatsoever. The only reason I don't post it out here is because I don't want my down over here to become a flooded mess of people I don't know or people that I want flooding my space, I guess, in a sense. Only because I don't want to be dealing with, having 1,000 people wanting on and causing some headaches, you know what I mean? So let me just do one more thing here. Share. Invite. I'm going to throw this over on Wiley 3D. If you're used to be Wiley 3D on his group, I'm going to be posting that over there too. So give me a moment here. Yeah, but if you're lurking, Matt Johnson, you just said hi to everybody. So technically you're not lurking. Technically you made yourself known that you're here. Lurking is not telling me you're here. But anybody doing anything neat with their printers, just out of curiosity? Now I'm down to one person watching. This is weird. Numbers are going up and down like a yo-yo. Yeah, it's just saying one person's watching. So either it's Rover's watching or Rover left and it's just Matt now. We lost Michael. We lost Minnesota Maker, it looks like. We had Edutech come in and jump out. One Raz is left. Who else is here then? Okay, it looks like we got up to 2 again. This veteran probably left. Oh, Michael guys always know how to leave. I know that Joe Pack said he was going to come back later. So he can't stay long. Okay, no problem. Oh, you're still here, Mr. Weird, because showing as there's only like 2 people watching the feed. So I'm like going, did I lose a whole bunch of people? Just kind of dropped off. Yeah, it's just weird because I'm seeing one person. It's only showing me one person. Now it's back to 2. I have a feeling there's something wrong with Streamlab today. Because this morning it was me and Derek. We started our own stream, even though we knew Kat was streaming. We kind of started anyways because, well, why not? They were talking about resin printers, and a lot of people were no. Oh, made a call out to someone else. He's like, "No, I'm knee deep in machines with Jess." So, that's what we kind of are doing here. Yeah, I think so too, because I made the announcement that we were live and nothing. So I'm gonna go and shout out to the YouTube to if any of you guys, please post this out on your neck of the woods. I'm gonna post it out on Twitter and see if we can get some more people in here, because if this is the case, then YouTube has dropped the ball and I'm on their hate list. Yeah, I know that he was on. I was like, he's just doing stuff in Fusion 360. I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of Fusion 360. That's why I kind of started this, well, even though, don't get me wrong, I don't mind watching Josh. I've watched Josh a couple times already. I don't want to say it's not my type of player, because some of the shows he's done already have been good, but it's not something I'll watch continuously. Yeah, I kind of figured that it was your homepage you were talking about. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this with YouTube lately. So YouTube has been kind of weird. I've been having nothing but issues with them lately. YouTube has been like, I'm on the YouTube page right now. I can just see that 3 are watching. Okay, in SteamYard it was showing only 2 are watching. Now it's showing me 3. So I don't know. Something's up. There, tweeted it out. If anybody wants to retweet it, you can. Just as Going live on YouTube, talking 3D printing and hanging with the community. YouTube.com/watch. Yeah, but we had the problem with this last night. Sorry, about this afternoon, where I went live and a lot of people were saying, "Hang on, my phone never told me you went live," or "Nope, I didn't get an update saying you were live." Let me just check my phone. My phone will tell me if I'm gone live. Guess what? Not telling me I went live. Future Tech 3D, he's live right now, but I don't know if he just ended it. So yeah. So yeah, it's not showing up on my phone. Usually it will show up on my phone because my phone's tied to my other account and it's saying nope. So I know that YouTube is not putting out anything today about shows. So oh, excuse me. I did see I know Jason came on. Not Jason, I should say Scott. I don't know who won. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the whole thing. I had to go out and get some stuff done. Yeah, but you got Future 3D printing on. You got Alien 3D doing it. So I'm not surprised there's not a lot of people on here. It's the way it is sometimes. But yeah. But getting back to this print, the only thing I'm looking at this print I'm going to probably have to remove is going to be this part right here. Only reason for that is because I don't use a BL Touch, and this is especially designed for a BL Touch. That's why it's printed like this, so that when it's sitting on orientation. So when sitting on this, your BL Touch bolts to this, and the wires will come up through here. Yeah, people are getting it. Some people aren't. Minnesota. That's what I'm trying to explain here. I don't know what is causing it. But did you get my notice in the middle of the afternoon I was live? Oh, because of a storm. Okay. No, but what I'm saying is that no one was getting, even when I went live, we got a few people coming back saying, yeah, I didn't get an issue that you were live. Great. I got one little hole here, and the other two are covered. Still clogged. Oh, is that what you were having a problem with, Castel? Yeah, I thought you were hanging with your wife. Oh, wow. I just got one retweet. Who retweeted me? Matt. Thank you, Matt. Probably gonna have to take a drill bit to that and drill it out. What size do you think that is? That hole right there. You can see the other two holes need to be drilled out there. But if I'm taking this whole piece off, do I really need to worry about that? She wasn't here when you got home. Okay. Meaning more time to talk 3D printing. Don't ask me why. It's usually the same brightness as all the time, but sometimes the camera works better, sometimes the camera does not. It's just the 920s are weird that way. Brian Baker. And thanks for coming in, anyways. How's that printer coming along? And you and Jess are always welcome in here, so don't worry about that. And plus, you can also look the whole crew here of 5 people that are watching, questions or anything like that. So it's always open to you. It got weird marking here though, which is kind of odd. And hopefully, I don't know if it's going to show up in camera or not. I'm going to show it to you guys. Do you see right here? This weirdness about right in the center here. Don't know if it can be picked up or not. Well, but it's almost like here there's like a little raisement, like it was supposed to be. Almost looks like it was taking two pieces and welding them like this, and it would cut crisscross, and the fibers are connecting like that. Weird. I've never seen the printer do that before. But then again, like I said, I'm messing with Fuel 3D, so anything's possible with Fuel 3D. Even though they make an excellent filament, sometimes it can be weird that way. Have you tried turning up the temperature, going 10 degrees higher, and doing a temp tower with it? What filament are you running on it? Is it regular spool 3D or is it a different brand? As we wait for Brian Baker to figure it. Okay. Have you ever thought it could be now? Just hear me out. And this is going to sound kind of weird, but have you ever thought it could be because, like, is that a direct drive? Do you have a direct drive hooked up to it or no? I'm about to direct drive my Ender 3 with just regular V with a V8 or MK9 or whatever the regular nozzle is that comes with it. But I was talking with some people, and some people told me, yeah, if you're having jamming, try direct drive on your CR10. They work better. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to try it. So we got 8 people watching. Hello, all 8. If you haven't already introduced yourself, feel free to say hi. Let us know who you are. We're a bunch of friendly printing people here. Yeah, so on Twitter, I had some fun today. Share a screen with the application window of where's Twitter? So some of the notifications I have here. Just having fun, mostly. So I tweeted out about this way of using filament that I used to clean my vacuum cleaner, of all things. So my mom trying to get hair out of one of the pieces of plastic I pulled off of the cleaner because it was basically clogging. There was a lot of hair clogs in that because of dogs and cats and everything else. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a big pile of hair right in the sink where we got all of it out. So when I tweeted that out, it was Tinker, John Mack, and 3D Meg Vince liked it. 4 likes. Then I got a reply, which was kind of interesting. From hotends.com. We're constantly using chunks of filament for random cases like this. Who knew 1.75 millimeter was such a useful size? So I give them a 1 heart for that because I thought it was kind of funny. Then Chris Riley started talking about he got 2 emails from YouTube that said I got 2 emails from YouTube today saying that my content and channel are promoting spam. Sure, let's send my YouTube password right over. And my reply to him was kind of just a joke and tongue in cheek, but he kind of loved it. He kind of laughed at it, from what I could tell. Let's say, I said, "Damn, you saw right through my evil plan. Time for Plan Z." LOL. He liked it, so probably got a good chuckle at my little joke there. And then, yeah, that's about it. But a lot of people were tweeting my idea for when your filament's out, useful tools and such. So hey, that was good. And Colin's here. Yeah, hey Colin, you made it.
Hey, how's it going?
So how far have we gotten now?
I did a bunch of test fitting and found my next problem. It turns out the Y tops were not an issue. Let's see. The Y tops were not an issue. The countersinking there was reasonable. My solution to the x-axis problem is to get an x-axis idler side that has the holes run all the way through it, so I can just hang the x-axis rods out of that side, rather than having to worry about exact sizing. So, as you recall, we have this problem where my frame is slightly too small for my my x-axis. So I'm basically going to need to set it up this way and slide this over here, giving myself a couple of millimeters extra. Now, what I don't understand is, I guess the situation is that the A-net ends extended further into the board, further into the plastic on each side. I know on the idler side, they ran all the way up to and were flush with the edge. I don't know what they were set up to do on the other side, but for expediency, I'm just going to punch a hole in the idler side. I guess I could do it with a soldering iron or something, but that seems barbaric.
Just a little, but I guess if you have to do it, you have to.
Well, no, I should probably just drill it out and see what what the sizing actually is, just as an experiment. Maybe. I don't
That
know.
makes sense.
I guess there's no downside. The downside is that I have the bearing jammed in there, and it's going to have to come out anyway. So, what's the
What the
value?
saw blades are for.
What?
What
Yeah,
the saw blades are for.
right. But what's the point in drilling the thing out if I'm going to have to take? I wouldn't want to drill it out with the bearing in there anyway.
Yeah.
So I think maybe there's no value in even attempting that. So the next issue and so those were the issues that we discovered last time I was streaming with you several hours ago.
Yep.
The new issue that I found is I don't have the proper travel on the y-axis.
Like, what is it doing? Are you feeling like
we're hitting various things, including the Y idler, the Y motor mount. If I put the motor mount in, let's see, where's our motor mount at? That's not the motor mount.
there, Michael Costello?
So if the Y motor mount is in here, we hit the Y motor mount. Well, maybe we don't. We just skim it. It's still
Okay.
too high, right?
Why not print a few layer height pieces that go under between your carriage and your air clips?
I'm just going to design new Y rod holders.
Why design a new Y rod holders when you can design it just to give yourself a couple extra levels on the cage itself?
A couple extra levels on the what
Well,
itself?
it's okay. So the problem with the carriage, you can't get past the 2 levels because they're just too high. So
Right.
why not just raise the carriage up a little bit?
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do so by redesigning the Y rod holders and raising up the Y rods.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay, sorry, I misheard you.
No, I have no means by which to raise the carriage other than raising the Y rods, because the way Prusa does their bearings, it's right up against the base of the carriage.
Oh, okay.
Here, I can show you.
Yeah, now that makes more sense.
Yeah. So, as you can see, there's almost no clearance beyond these bearings. Maybe you can't see. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of way to make that.
Trust me.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point is, the clearance is minimal. So the only way to do this is to increase the height of the carriage relative to the things that are not the carriage. And the way to do that is to increase the height of the Y rod holders. One of the other issues is over here, we're hitting the top of the Y rod holders. So I need to reduce the height of the Y rod holder above the Y rod. The approach to this is going to be to implement a sort of snap fit rod holder similar to what's on the default Prusa setup. Well, I got to put the default Prusa back anyway. Now I got to do some couple measurements here, I think, before I do that.
Yeah, but don't you have to do some prints?
I got to design some things first. But right now I'm drying out my least favorite PLA, so I can use
What's it? Hertz Brown?
No, that's PTG.
Oh yeah, it said PLA.
No, that's not a glowing review. The Hertz PTG is quite nice. No, I have this horrible, supposedly red PLA that produced this dragon. So it's supposed to be translucent red. It's more
orange.
Orange, yes. So
like a Charmander orange.
It kind of is, yes. So I have not used this filament for much of anything. So I still have almost a whole roll. This just seems like a good test bed for burning through some of that filament.
Yeah, because when you show me that orange, it's like I've seen that orange before, and I remember seeing it on a package of Pokemon toys. And I was like, that's like Charmander orange almost.
No, so that is who made that filament? I don't know. The filament's in the dryer right now. I'll pull it out in a couple hours, but I think who made that? Jeez, I don't know. Anyway, it's horrible. But it's advertised as translucent red PLA.
Really?
I'm guessing it's Hatchbox.
Well, Hatchbox usually has standardized coloring.
Yeah,
I've had their red, and their red does not look orange.
well, yes, but this is translucent red.
I think their translucent red didn't look that orange to me, but
All right, hang on. Let me pull this thing out and look to see who made this. AMZ3D. It was like an Amazon company kind of thing.
Yep, that's Amazon for you.
Yep. I was very happy with their other PLA, so this was quite a disappointment. Anyway, so I do have to redesign this anyway and increase the countersink by 2 inches.
How did you design it?
Not 2 inches, 2 millimeters. Sorry?
What did you design it in? 360
I haven't
or?
No, this is not my design. This is the Prusa Bear design.
Oh, okay.
So they supply STLs and step. So I can work with step and just carve off 2 millimeters in the areas that are meant to be countersunk, and just sink them that much further. But I'm thinking I need to. I don't know if I can afford to pull off 2 millimeters off the rest of this though. So I guess I was thinking maybe I'd pull some off the top here to avoid the collision, but I think I'm better off just increasing the height of the carriage with the Y-rod pieces.
Hey, Colin, I printed it. The piece that I was talking to you about. That Derek told me about. Finally printed it off. Pulled it off my printer today.
What is that?
This is the Black Pet G for the for turning the Ender into a direct drive.
Oh yeah, okay, the direct drive extruder assembly. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I figured out how it mounts, so I'll probably do I'll probably mount it and check it out tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, I just gotta mess. Also, as I said, I gotta fix my bed also because the bed springs are on back because they did the stupid gears on backwards. That really ticked me off to find that out. That my bed leveling screws are upside down in this, for seeing which way to turn up, which way to turn down.
Yeah. It shouldn't have any mechanical impact. It's just an informational thing, right?
Exactly, but I want to take them
or
off.
are they non-symmetric in some way?
I don't know. I haven't checked them. That's why I want to take one off and have a look at it carefully.
Yeah. I guess the other thing that I should do, since I have not done this, after I put these on here, make sure that the motors fit.
You heard about Portland had another incident again today.
Really?
Yeah, this time with the Antifa clashing with Proud Boys.
Oh, wow. How is Proud Boys a thing?
Well, Proud Boys are the they call themselves Nazis, so
yeah. All right, so that works there. Now my concern here is that in this arrangement, the motor is in contact with the frame. I'm wondering if that's going to set up a resonance.
Interesting. So things that are trending today. Trending in Canada. Tifa's trending in Canada. Lies of Leaving Neverland is trending.
What, Leaving Neverland?
Lies for Leaving Neverland. I don't understand what this is all about.
Okay, that fits too. Yeah, I don't know about this. I need to put some like rubber in between those or something. I don't want this. Well, I guess they don't move that fast, so maybe it isn't a thing. I don't know. Anyway. First, let's take a look at the issue here. How much do I need to? I want at least 2 millimeters clearance, I would think. .93. .5. We'll call that 7. No, it's not round there. That's a bad idea. Okay. 6.5. Okay, 6.5. And what did you say? 5.93. So I need at least 3/4 of a millimeter. So let's say 1 millimeter. Can I take 1 millimeter off of this without a problem? Probably not. No, I don't know. You might be able to. All right, so I need to increase this size by 1 millimeter and remove how much over here. Five. And that was 6.5. So here I need to take off 2 millimeters, 1.5 millimeters off the top. How can I take off 1.5 millimeters there? I'm guessing that I can't.
Sorry, people are sending me weird messages here on Twitter.
Hmm.
Fun of knowing people in Japan. Sending me weird stuff. I hang with too much of the Japanese community nowadays. It's weird. Measuring how deep you need to go?
Mm-hmm. I need to take a millimeter off the top. No, I need to take 1.5 millimeters off the top and add a millimeter to the bottom.
Yeah, I know that. We're gonna have to unscrew them, Jake, and reflip them and flip them over. I already know that part. It's just doing it is the thing. You know, it's like then I got to re-level the bed, reset the ABL. It's just a pain in the butt. And also, I'm lazy too. Let's face it.
Okay, 1.5 millimeters off the top. No, I need to take more than that. I need to take 2 millimeters off the top, right? Because I need some clearance.
Yeah.
Two millimeters off the top. That's cutting it real close. But it's still okay, I guess.
Actually, there's something I should ask.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, since we're all in here, I want to ask you a question. Do I need to worry about switching my cables out for another cable for the for the Ender 3 to turn it to a direct drive? What do I mean by that? I mean, do I need to worry about do I need to change do I need to like move two wires to different positions or anything like that? So that they'll work with or should it just be like plug and play? Unplug the old wire and I can plug any other type of wire into from the motherboard on the Creality to the stepper driver.
The wire type? You mean the stepper motor?
Well, yeah, because going from one.
As long as you have the right wire gauge, you should be fine.
Yeah, but I think they did a change in the wires where they reversed two of them. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, then just match up the connections. They're colored.
Yeah, well, no, they're not colored on the Ender. They're not colored. I'm using the colored version. Yeah, on the Ender, they're black cables.
That sucks.
Yep. On this one, I got it's color coded. The new cable I'm going to be putting in there.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to know if there's anything I got to be worried about.
Well, I would just sit there with a multimeter and just buzz it out.
Yeah, I guess I could do that if I had a multimeter.
You should have a multimeter.
I need to get one. It's already on that to buy list.
Yes, well, you can get them for about $15.
Yeah, I'm going to be paying about 30 for mine. So,
okay,
it's just Canadian dollars versus the American buck.
Yeah, but no, that would make it about $20, not 15. Okay,
you
so
think that, but I guess this one's just a little bit more expensive than one I'm
yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I gotta take 2 millimeters off the top, add 1 millimeter to the bottom, and add 1 millimeter countersink.
Oh, so I only have to swap it on one end. Okay, thanks for that, Jake. I knew there was like something I had to swap, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Why would you need to swap only one end?
That's the way the Ender is weird that way.
I don't know what that means. That means you're just gonna get an extension cable?
Well, the one end of the cable would have to be swapped. That's all. Okay. I think the Ender does change one of its one of the cables at one of the ends is swapped to do like a reverse.
Oh, swapped into the wiring.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
It's annoying. I agree.
Yep. But you should be able to Did you say you have a replacement cable already?
Yeah, I'm going to be pulling it off of my Troxy X1.
Yeah, so you should be able to pull the pin out or sort of poke the pin out of the JST connector.
And then
flip
move it, yeah.
Yeah. It's ugly, but it'll work.
That's all I care about, it working. I'm not looking at being this, the best job ever,
Yeah. All right. How to do this? Should I just redesign this clip entirely? I guess I should. That is what I shall do. I guess I should be watching YouTube chat. Do we have peoples?
We do have people, but they seem to be very quiet.
All right.
Well, it's not the hot end I have to do. It's the extruder cable is the one I have to extend. Actually.
The extruder motor cable.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask Mike before he passed away. I was actually going to ask him that week about how hard was it to get this set up for you to do a direct drive. Did you have to do any firmware changes also? I was going to ask him, but yeah, passed away before I could ask him. So, which kind of bites because I was hoping he was still going to be around, but things happen. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to play around and see what happens, right? Yes, that's right, Robbie Mac. The chat here does suck.
I don't think it's gonna burn out your motor. It's just gonna not spin correctly if you get it wrong.
Yeah, but like Robbie Mac's line, this chat sucks. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Robbie Mac. Robbie Mac, why don't you come in the chat then? You know how to log into, you're on my Discord. You can get the chat login. You can come in here and chat with us.
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to chat with someone who says we're boring.
No, it says chat here sucks. I'm like, yeah, it does suck. Well, it's only me and Colin. That's it.
We're working on projects right now. You like monkey.
Huh?
I could dance for you like monkey.
There you go, Roy Mac. You've been challenged.
Yes. You must come here and be our entertainment.
Yes.
For we suck.
Be a good friend. Be a wingman. Come on. Jake Fern just said you suck.
I need help to get a resin printer. I guess I can close that tab.
Jake says you suck. I like that. D Jake. Well, everyone else is chatting on other channels, so that's what's going on. I'm dealing with 5 other YouTubers on at the same time. That's why I always like my Sundays.
Is that what
no competition?
Wow.
Huh?
Is that what we got going? Wow.
Yep. You got Alien 3D. He's doing his channel. Then I noticed Scott did his, was just finished up his. So That's when I started mine, and then I found out Alien started up his, and it's just like, yeah, today is not a good day for doing a 3D stream. Why is Minnesota Maker bringing up you don't want to buy Donna a printer? Now they're talking about Dawn.
I just closed that tab, actually. I had clicked through it to look for his begging for
Colin mentioned it. Okay.
Yes. And then I promptly closed the tab. It was not an invitation to debate the subject.
Oh. Colin, if you buy Dawn a 3D, if you buy Dawn a resin printer, I will be pretty upset with you.
What was that? Did I say that was on my to-do list?
I thought it may have been. I'm just making sure it wasn't.
No, not particularly.
All
right, so.
Jake's like, he also needs new parts for his new drone he just got.
I wonder if he can keep up with his drone and his scooter.
Well, no, he has to go to the bake. See, the problem is he doesn't have enough money to buy more filament from what we heard. So we don't know what the heck's going on with the guy.
Well, this is not a retirement hobby, I guess. There are more expensive hobbies, though.
Yeah, I guess I'll just put it on the credit card and hope for the best. Yep.
All right, so what do I need to do here? I need to figure out what were these parts. This
No,
rod holder.
I'm gonna be truthful here. If someone was to give me a 3D resin printer, first thing I would probably do is ask them what's wrong with the machine. Honestly, I'm gonna ask a question.
First question is, what's wrong with you? Why are you giving this up? And then
exactly.
What's wrong with the printer? Right. Yes.
Second question, are you lying to me? Then I think the other question would be, okay, now what do I do with this printer? I know, I'll talk to the maker club, the maker space out here and say, hey, you guys want a resin printer? Here's what I'll do. I'll give you the resin printer absolutely free of charge. Or not free of charge, a bargaining chip. You guys want to I need a place to use make it work. I don't have a place to make it work. You guys would love to have a resin printer in here so you can learn how to use it. So why don't we do a trade? Resin printer is about $200. Just let me film what I need to film about it in the makerspace, and you guys can keep the printer. If I ever need to film something, say I need to print out something, it'll be okay for me just to use it and just get something printed and get it done and over with. They might go yes, and they might go no to it.
Who are you selling this idea to?
Huh?
Who are you trying to sell this to?
Well, no, I said if I ever got one, that's what I would have to do because I can't run it in my house.
You're going into great detail about what might happen if you were to get one.
Because I was offered, because I had one company almost send me one.
Ah, gotcha.
And I turned it down.
Oh.
Then they fired an email back to me saying they still want to send it to me. Then I never heard anything back from them.
Oh, well, there you go. Who knows?
Still want to send it to me, and then they just didn't contact me back again. It was weird.
Okay, so this is the AM8 metal frame for AM8. Thing files, build guide.
You didn't want the Anycubic, Jake, or just don't have room for it and want to run it in your house?
Y rod holder STL. All right, so they're gonna make me redraw this whole damn thing. That's irritating. Okay, I shall do it. All right, so that's the Y rod holder. That's the one with the exact measurements. So 1 millimeter onto the bottom, 2 millimeters off the top, and 1 millimeter and add 1 millimeter countersink. Okay. So we got the Y belt block. The next thing is the Y motor mount.
Don't have the room for it. Okay. But you're allowed to go in that makerspace and use it anytime you need to, though? Since you did donate it to them? Cool. Yeah, see, they haven't asked for one, but they said that they would love. One other thing that this makerspace loves to use is green tape. They can never have enough green tape. So what I was thinking of doing is designing, using some green tape I already have kicking around here. Design a makerspace type pin using green tape and 3D printing, and make it with their logo on top of it, and then take some green tape and make like a space where I can put green tape and just have it all funky and just make that pin and then send it to them and say, what do you guys think of this? And bring it on over to them and see what they say. They might love it too much. Yeah, it does look like a skull, doesn't it? Zoom in on Colin's picture. There you go. Yeah.
Oh.
Colin, your bed has been called a skull.
My what?
Your bed.
My bed has been what?
According to Robbie Mack, he says your printer bed from here looks like a skull.
Well, it's the standard Prusa squished frog bed.
Yep.
How does it look like a skull?
I think he means like the crossings and everything else. Remind him of that.
Here, I shall help you. Is that better?
Skeletor.
AM8 rod holders Prusa style. That just might work. I may not need to redesign this after all. One thing that really annoys me about Thingiverse is it doesn't give you the item name in the pictures. When you look at the rendered image of a thing, I guess the order that the images appear or the order that the files are listed in. Is that reasonable?
Somewhat reasonable, yeah.
I don't know. So it looks like this might actually give me what I need without having to design anything. So this is original. Rod holder 430 millimeter original. All right. Well, let's print one of those and see what happens. Okay, Google, how much time is left? Okay.
Well, Team YouTube is now answering questions all of a sudden. They just kind of woke up. Ugh.
Okay, explain that again. YouTube is now answering questions.
Yeah.
Meaning the chat, people in the chat are active. Is that what that means?
No. YouTube is finally answering questions. Like their YouTube team at YouTube is finally answering a whole bunch of posts. So I said, okay, time to send out a question to Team YouTube. What the hell's going on?
Oh, because this lawsuit, probably they're trying to be more proactively more responsive, so they can't allege in the suit that they're not responsive or something.
Well, no, it seems that a lot of people are having issues with YouTube not telling people when they're going live. So I kind of had to post that out. I said, "What's going on again?" Because people were tweeting me saying, "Yeah, you went live and I didn't see it yet." I was like, "I'm still live." No, they said live at like 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm like going, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me! It's still not showing that information."
So I guess I have to print 4 of these to know if this is going to work.
Oh, if I had the money to be in Japan right now. Sorry, friend just sent me a link to a concert he went to. I was like, oh, cool.
All right, now I guess what I need to do here is still add a millimeter or two. All right. Of course, now I don't have step files for that. That's irritating. Hmm. Oh, I know how to test this. Okay. All right, so I only really do need to print one. The other things I need to go get, the Prusa Idler.
Hey, Red Light, how's it going?
Open SCAD.
Everybody is doing work here. We're all doing our own thing here. But I'm surprised Joe Paddock hasn't come in yet. Where is Joe? Joe, anyways, he said he was going to come in here and save us from ourselves.
X and Idler SCAD.
Oh, I'll be back in a second. Blah.
Ah. Yes, CAD. Excellent. Y rod holder. Y motor holder. What did this guy do? AM8 Prusa Mark III version clone. Oh, this is what I should have been printing. This does not tell me what I need to know. Oh. Interesting.
Okay. Oh, is that what happened to Scott Worthington? He lost power to his place? Well, it's only got 6 people watching, so I have a feeling one of them is probably still. I think it's still Mike. No, not Mike. Scott. No, Matt. No. Yeah, Matt Johnson's probably still in there, lurking around, being super quiet. So lurk on, Matt. Lurk on, or Scott, I should say. Matt is Jake from State Farm, which we know already. Yeah, I know. I saw that silhouette101.com. Yeah, I know there's someone giving away a Lulzbot computer, Lulzbot 3D printer, which I also entered. Thanks to you, Rover. So, yeah, I'm part of that one too. So, thank you, Rover, for letting me know about those ones. I'm not really pushing the Lulzbot one too much. I really would like to get that Ender 3. That Ender 5 looks amazing to win. And if I won that, man, I don't know what I would do with it. I don't know if I would sell it. No, I know I wouldn't sell it, but I don't know if I would keep it and give and sell my and get rid of my Ender 3, or it's ISP was having problems too. Okay, or if I would take that Ender 5 and give it away. I don't know yet. I would really like to have a see what their Core XY really is. I think their Core XY is a D-bot design from what I've seen of the Ender 5, but I have not played with an Ender 5. For all we know, it could be a rail core type idea. Because it's the Ender 5 Pro. Now, if they put linear rails on that, I'd be super impressed.
There's got to be a good source of reasonably good quality, but still cheap linear rails.
You think?
I haven't found it yet, though.
No, and I know that Mike tried to build his own linear rail, and I don't know if it ever worked or not right for him.
Did he try to? I thought he tried to print one or something, which
he
seemed
did
like
print
a
one.
ridiculous. Like a ridiculous approach.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, Mike was cheap.
Yeah, but I mean,
but also linear rails were expensive too.
I get that, but trying to print one is self-defeating because no print is going to be straight enough to use as a railing system.
True.
Well,
Red Light just said he would leave his in the box. His Ender 5.
Really?
So Red Light, if you leave it in the box, would you be willing to send it to me for free?
All right, what do I need to do here now? I've lost track. Okay, so I have here.
Oh, I see. You'd leave it in the box until you felt like you could build it, and then you would pull it out of the box, just like you do with your Ender, like you did with your Peugeot MK3 or MK5. Sorry, MK3. I know you kept that in the box like forever, then all of a sudden you just decided to build them all.
How does that idler work?
Just send it to you, Rover. I don't know if I would send you a printer. I mean, you already got a T-shirt. Isn't that enough for you?
You're being very selective about your friends. Y rod holder V2. All right, so I guess I should print a Y rod holder V2 and see what the deal is.
Yeah, Rover's like building the ultimate spreadsheet for every contest he can find. He puts it into his email blast.
How many of these things have you managed to win, Rover?
He wins a lot, actually. Rover won a T-shirt from me, and I think I sent him something else with that too.
Well, no, I was thinking of every contest. I figure you have to be winning of a wide variety of printers.
Hey, 3D Viking, my link is in the description. My link is in our Discord. If you want to jump in, join us. More than welcome, man.
What needs to happen here? All right, so I think this rod holder will work. I have the SCAD file, so I can change it around if I have to. Might as well print the rod holder. Easy. All right, so I need to do the X idler. All right, now I have a strategy. My coffee cup has not moved since this morning. It's not a good sign.
Hey, Rover, out of curiosity, what went on with that MK3 you're supposed to win? Did you ever hear back from the guy or anything? Or nothing at all? Because I know someone won it, and they're like, well, I don't want it, but they were going to give it to you for if they won it, and they did, and you say you haven't seen that printer, and I'm just wondering, was there any new update on that or nothing, and you just kind of gave up on trying to get that printer? It was because it was pretty scammy how they did it, but I'm just curious, like, what happened in that whole scam, that whole, YouTube scammy thing that happened to you. Well, no, I didn't mean that. I meant that you had a chance to win an MK3, wasn't it? And you told me that your friend was going to win it and he didn't really want it, but he was going to give it to you anyways. And then when you two both contacted the guy, he said it was going to be okay. And you said like 3 weeks went by, you didn't hear anything from them. So you emailed them back. They said that they were sending it out. And then about 2 weeks later, you emailed them again. They said that they're having issues getting it out to you. So you verified your address, that type of stuff. You were talking about maybe 3, 4, or 5 months ago. And we never heard anything after that. So I wasn't too sure if anything's been resolved yet, or if you just kind of gave up and said, screw the YouTuber that was supposed to send it to you, and just like gave up. That's what I was asking about. guy got some filament stuck in a hole I can't get it out of.
Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to get. Where's my stuff here? Why rod holder? Open. Download.
That's no excuse, Viking. You can't get tired. You're not allowed to.
You are a Viking. You cannot get tired.
You're too young to be retired. Nah, but he's a 3D printing Viking. But he's too old to retire. Get it? Retire? Haha.
Haha. Run, make funny.
Well, you're banned from YouTube now, eh? Yeah, that scammer in Australia, yeah. That'd be awesome if that's the truth. And if he was scamming people, that's terrible. It's not my fault. It's 6 a.m. in your area. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Your friend won the printer, but never sent. And I think he said he was going to give it to you since he won it because he had really no use for it. If I remember correctly, you were saying? I wasn't too sure if you filed anything with YouTube or anything like that to find out what's going on with that. So that's why I was asking about it. Okay. So, JT, if you aren't following him on Twitter, or I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but he just posted a new a picture of a car and it says, "Is this the correct file format to be sliced right?" And it shows a Nissan STL. Yeah. Show it to you guys. It was kind of funny. I kind of laughed, chuckled at it. There you go. You guys can't read it. There it is, STL. Did you just fart? Colin?
What?
I heard this blip. I was like, what the heck is that?
I'm hearing the same thing. It's coming from my dehydrator.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
I'm guessing that there must be a desiccant crystal somewhere in the dehydrator that periodically gets hit by a fan blade or whatever the hell the dehydrator uses.
Yeah, because it sounded more like a. I was like, what the hell was that?
And then there's the squeaking of the chair. I don't know. All right. So We got that. Might as well try and print that and see what we get. All right. What part? I declare this filament dry enough.
Oh, that's interesting. The 3M tape.
What?
Oh, what Jordan, aka Mad Monkey, was doing. He was labeling his wires. So he was using these color labeled tapes to label what was it, the extruder and everything else.
Huh.
When he was rebuilding his when he was putting his SK board into his printer.
That seems like a good methodology, except all of my wires are from an ANET, which already have the stupid plastic.
Yeah, same with mine too.
Yeah. But yes, it always pays to label things. In fact, I have a USB cable, a Prusa USB cable that is here is labeled dead cable. I kid you not. I don't know why I did that, but
Wait a minute, you won a gold hot end from the community catch up a couple months back. I would definitely let guys over at the community catch up know what's going on. You know, they'll probably look into that for you, Robbie, and find out why that wasn't sent. Filament farts, lol. That's what Rover called it.
did I turn off? Oh, because I did a.
Yeah, 3D printed Viking said, yeah, sounded like it. He greeted me.
So this is what that red filament comes out as. This kind of weirdo orange color.
I'm sorry, that is definitely not red. So you know how people complain about getting prints stuck to their bed at a Pet G?
Yeah.
I have one thing to say to them. What the hell are they using for their? Why are they getting them stuck to the bed? Every time I do a print with Pet G, it doesn't stick to my bed. comes off smoothly every single time.
Well, from your description, you're using a significantly higher Z offset.
Yeah, because I know that with too much squish. Oh, you found the issue. The heat break was slightly closer to the block than other installation videos. Ah, interesting. Well, hopefully you got it work. Hopefully it's now printing perfectly, Brian.
Who is Brian Vines?
No, Brian Baker. He got himself a Volcano for one of his friends' printers, and he was having nothing but problems with the E3D hot end. So he was like going, "What the heck?" Yeah, I found out that I was having a problem with my E3D was because I was retracting too much. So once I found out only 2 millimeters I should retract on the V6, then it just started printing with nothing at all, and that V6 now prints like a beaut.
Is this working? It's hard to tell. I don't think it is. Maybe it is.
No, too much of a gap, Rymac, and then it's was jamming up in my printer. I found out that if I went instead of going, I was going at 5 millimeters retraction. As soon as I dropped it down to 2 millimeters, no problem whatsoever. So
Yeah, I had a similar issue with E3D, and that's not an E3D thing. That's a Bowden to direct drive thing, primarily, and or all metal hot end thing.
yeah.
Okay, this has failed. For I have a minor little Z squish that is useful for PTG, but is not good for PLA. So where are my tweezers?
I found when I set my Z offset to 0.5 is what works for me, but then again, that's for me. So, but I'm after printing this piece, I think I can make it a little bit better by going to point instead of it raised up almost 50%. I think I can go 25% raised and still get a good print on this.
Okay, so because I don't have any place to write this down, I shall announce it on the stream. My Z offset for PETG that seems to work is negative 0.93. And I am going to bump this up for PLA to 0.975. And
well, if I got like two settings set up, every printer.
And what I'm going to do here is if I forget what it is, I will go back to this video and rewind it and find my comment.
Yeah, my PETG is at 0.54 or something.
I need to write this down.
0.5. No, it was 0.75. It's 0.75 actually. I gotta check my numbers again. But I found a way that I just manually reset my
Remind me this evening that my PETG Z offset is negative 0.93.
Hey, if 0.93 works for you, I say go for it.
No, I'm Google is going to remind me.
Ah.
That's why I was saying it now. Just now. Or I demand that you pull out a notepad and and write this down for my later use. Okay, so let's see if that works better. If not, I shall slather some glue
If
stick.
you have an Android phone, it'll actually send it it'll open up the program for you and type that in for you.
Well, I'm letting Google Assistant using the Google Assistant reminders.
Yeah.
Which are basically a function of calendaring.
He's referring to the Z stepping for PLA. So for something like Pet G, you know how you can't have too much squish or else it just causes failure. That's what he's doing. That's what he has to set his offset at on the Prusa printer.
Yeah, I had to adjust it for my PETG and ABS.
Are you still using glue to hold it down? Or you?
Not right now. I'm just about to. If this doesn't work, I'll be doing that. This is just a stupid.
I thought you weren't allowed to use the Prusa. I thought you had your Prusa license taken away from you.
Yes, well, no one has come to take the machine away from me yet.
Oh, you should send Shane to your place.
And as our favorite dead NRA chairman once said, "You can take my printer from my cold dead hands."
Yeah, but every Prusa owner says that, don't they?
I don't know. The difference is I mean it.
I think every Prusa owner means that.
Except maybe if Dwayne shows up with a truck full of armaments or something.
Hmm.
So I was flipping through the configuration menu, the settings menu in this newest build of the Prusa firmware, and it gives you the option to switch from a 9x9 or a 3x3 grid, giving you 9 bed leveling calibration points, to a 7x7 grid, giving you a 49 point bed level.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't decided whether it's truly better or not.
Mm. Speaking of which, with the Prusa slicer, I haven't gone over to that yet. What's your feels of it so far?
I like it. I've been using it pretty much exclusively. I switched back to Cura a little bit, once or twice, but I mean, the vast majority of cases I'm using Prusa Slicer at this point.
Mm.
I think it's quite reasonable. It does a lot of things really well. I like the handling of support blockers and that sort of thing. It took a little getting used to, but it's that's a handy feature. Yeah, I like it.
Because I'm thinking of getting the Prusa slicer and putting it on my CR10.
God damn it.
It's not sticking.
We are going to go to glue stick.
Ah.
Oh, actually, it is sticking. It's just, yeah, it did stick to the nozzle, but it clearly is not a print. Not a print.
Sure, move right across your coffee. Or whatever that is.
Yes, I did not toss it in the coffee. That would be bad.
Yeah. If you lifted it over your coffee, I was like, oh, that's not a good idea.
Did I? No, I lifted it in front of the coffee. Your depth perception is off, sir. All right. All right.
Yes, I did not give Colin still has his Prusa card, so if anybody knows Shane, reach out to Shane and have it pulled away from him. But no, I was looking
What are they
at
going to do? Remove my listing of my printer from prusaprinters.org?
I don't know, but they'll probably take but they might take everything away. You know?
Yeah.
So this is what Mad Monkey, aka Jordan, was showing off. He picked up this Scotch code wire marker, which you guys can see here. And what he did is he taped each of his extruders a different color, and or steppers a different color. We was changing out one board from another. So just wanted to show this out to you guys.
That's cool.
Yeah. So beforehand, that's how it was, and then he decided to mark them all, and that's what he used to find them. So if you guys are looking for a way to mark your wires, might be worthwhile looking at.
I don't know. I just print mine with a little label maker. I mean,
Yeah, but I think this is for people who don't have label makers.
yeah, but a label maker costs just about the same as one of those cartons of labels, which I'm guessing go for like $15 or something like that. At least a large one. I guess you can probably get cheaper ones, smaller ones. But
My God, the lavender. Okay, that has audio and I don't know where it's from, so don't want to get copyright strike, but check this out. So this is from my Twitter feed. This is from Kevin O'Shea. He posted this out to me.
is this just garbage filament? Yeah, maybe that's another reason why I gave up on this filament. I can't remember now.
Lavender go-kart track.
Oh wow!
Isn't that insane?
Flowers.
That's lavender purple flowers. Yep.
Wow.
These are known as Lavender Hills, Dub in Hokkaido. Yeah, Hokkaido Park, actually. So yeah. Insane.
No. Failed again. Fail.
Again. Oh, come on. Your wire printing is a lot better than mine, by the way. Also, Brian, I don't know if I told you already. This little piece I've printed today is the key to changing my printer from a Bowden tube to a direct drive. That's right. I'm going to direct drive my Ender 3. So, and then I might do that to the CR10 also.
Okay, there's no unsticking from this. God damn it. .98. Let's try that.
Oh man.
This is such garbage filament. Maybe I just need to let it dry out for the full 4 hours. I wonder if it has some weird temperature range on it or something. 180 to 210. Well, you could be overheating it, maybe.
So what's the bets right now for Colin's filament to stick? How far until it's going to fall off the bed?
We haven't made it past one
We haven't made it past the first layer, so
one layer so far.
yeah. So place your bids now.
Now, recognize that this is my least favorite filament, and I don't know if it's the cheapest, but it's one that I don't use ever because it just is such garbage. Mostly because the garbage color, but
Well, your dragon looked okay. Oh no, you didn't print a dragon. That's right.
yeah, I did.
It looked like Charmander almost.
Well, whatever, but yes, it was a dragon of some sort.
And yes, it's supposed to look red, but it's orange.
It is supposed to be a red filament. It's supposed to be translucent red, but it's definitely orange.
It reminds me of this translucent orange I got here.
I did print a pumpkin with it over Halloween. It looked pretty cool.
Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah. So I'm going to be designing a new maker coin that's going to use purple. I don't have the right purple. I'm looking. Oh, this purple looks like it's all broken.
We have made it past the first layer.
Shit.
Oh my god.
I think this one's the purple I just got from a spool kit.
That's
it is
cool.
all broken at the top. It's almost unusable. Yeah. Snapped everywhere in this packaging. Yeah, that's garbage.
God, what time is it? It's midnight. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, since no one else is coming on, we're going to call it a night.
Yes, it gets boring when Colin successfully prints things. we will stay on long enough to see Colin's failures, and then we will.
Well, no, I'm getting exhausted myself.
I
I got maybe like 4 hours sleep all day today.
Yeah, that seems not good. You gotta work on this streaming schedule a little bit.
Well, no, last night I only got 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I know. You gotta work on the streaming schedule and not do that.
Well, no, okay. I went to bed at 10 o'clock last night, 11 o'clock last night.
All right.
Okay. I was in my bed by 12:30, 1 o'clock. Yeah. Went upstairs, laid down, and then I was wide awake for the rest of the day.
You're getting this out of order, but okay.
Well, no, I was up. I was actually getting ready for bed. Okay. By the time I got into bed, it was 1 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
And I was wide awake.
Oh, that's not good.
Till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then finally fell asleep and then got up at 12.
That seems to be my pattern as well too. I'll go to bed, but then I'll like watch something and fall asleep in the middle of it, and then wake up at like 3 a.m. and be awake until 5 a.m. or 5:30, and then sleep until 11. That's what I did this morning.
Yeah, I just couldn't fall asleep personally, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird. I haven't had a night like that in a long time.
This is such garbage filament. My God.
Well, it was already broken before you got it?
Well, no, it just prints so poorly. I mean, it'll successfully print here, but I think, although it looks like it's peeling up on the right-hand side, which is not great. But yeah, I don't know what is with this stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna let this thing print and then probably call it a night, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What
anyways,
happens when you over dry filament?
it shrinks in diameter.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So you might want to take calipers to
Don't
adjust
leave,
it.
don't leave it in the dryer overnight. Okay.
Yeah, like I usually cook my filament for 6 hours at X amount of temperature, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just going by the numbers that I think the numbers that I was using were the ones off of Philodry's site or whatever. Not Philodry. Philodry was a scam thing, right? What was the other one that was the actual filament dryer?
Print dry.
Print dry, right?
Yeah, we were using Matter Hackers, which is the same information.
Right. Same information. Yeah, that's what shows up everywhere, I guess. Anyway, so they said like 4 hours. So if I were to put it in overnight, it's midnight. So provided I got up at 6 or something, I guess it's not so bad. But what are the chances of that? All right. Anyway.
Yep.
We shall see how this goes. And
I want to thank you all for coming on. And
yeah,
to those people that were on chatting, thank you so much for being there. I know this is not the best stream, but that's what happens when we are busy working on
do not apologize for our work. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one.
Yep. Any broadcast.